with hints, tips and tradie chat. Grab yourself a brew because it's about to start. This is Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky.
Before the show starts, I just quickly wanted to talk to you about Tradify. Tradify is a fast-growing job management platform for all busy tradespeople. It's great for managing all sorts of business admin such as quotes, tracking invoices, timesheets and appointments, leaving you more time to focus on other important things. Tradify have very kindly given me a discount code for my viewers, so check them out by clicking the link in my show description and using discount code AMY50 to get 50% off. Now, let's crack on with this show.
Hello and welcome to this week's Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky. Today I've got Stephanie Ward, aka Life of a Female Sparky here. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, you okay?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm great, thank you. I've been trying to talk to you for a little while, haven't I? But I'm
yes.
a little a little bit unorganised getting this sorted. But better late than never.
Absolutely.
So I want to know all about your journey into being a female electrician. So first of all, just tell me a little bit about yourself, like you, just Stephanie, not Stephanie the electrician.
Well, I live in Leicester. Moved here about 6 years ago now. Because my husband's here, so I moved for love. Which is so cliche.
I know. That's cute. So where were you from before?
So I lived in Derby for 9 years, and then before that I was in Bristol, and then I was actually born in Southampton. So
oh my god.
Yeah, I've moved around a little bit.
Okay, so now you're in Leicester. We're literally down the road from me.
Yeah.
We just arranged all our nights out for end of lockdown.
Can't wait.
I know, I can't wait. So you moved to Leicester for love.
Yeah, and then quite boring really. I go to the gym in my spare time.
Yeah. Are you excited?
As it gets.
Are you excited to get back to the gym?
I am, to be honest. I had my first PT session back last week, and oh my god, it was so hard.
I did. I went back last week. I've had 2 PT sessions and 1 boxing session. Oh my god, I've been dying. I've not recovered from each session when I go to the next one, and my muscles are like, what the hell are you doing to me? Like, what is this? I've been in so much pain. I can only wire sockets low down. I can't wire lights because I can't lift my arms all the way up. It's awful. So bad.
My God.
Yeah, it does feel good to be back though, doesn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Roll on Monday, and I can probably go to the gym. So
yeah. So how did you get into this then? How did you get into why did you want to do it, and how did you do your training and stuff?
So when I first met my husband, he was at Derby Uni, and we actually had a house share, so I lived with him from that day one, and his dad's a Sparky. So when he graduated, he was supposed to then work with his dad on a rewire, and then managed to get a job straight out of uni. And I was like, well, I've got the week off. If you want a hand, just let me know, not a problem. Trying to get in with the good books of the in-laws. And that was almost 7 years ago. And then he was like, well, you can learn nothing, or I can teach you as we go along, because you're here anyway. So I was like, yeah, you might as well teach me. And then me and my mum went for a drive a few months later. She was like, why don't you do it as a career? I was like, I never thought about it, because you don't at school. It's never advertised, is it? So no. I was like, actually, that's not a bad idea. So obviously we spoke about it, and we went to college open day.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father-in-law, he was like, oh, well, we need to get you better than the boys before you start. So I waited a year. So I was working full time in retail at the time.
Yeah.
And then I did my 2 days off. I'd travel to Leicester and then work with him for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So I was getting on-site experience, and then so we enrolled in college. So I was to get over to Leicester, I was working for McDonald's, which is
Wait.
great.
It's a job.
Exactly. So I did that for a bit, and then when I was at college, it was absolutely killing me. So I started work at 6 a.m, finishing at 3, and then going to college from 5:30 until 9, and then having to, like, by the time I get home, it's like 9:30.
Yeah.
Then you got to get up at 4:30 again, and it just absolutely killed me. So I ended up getting a part-time position at Screwfix,
Okay.
which was literally next to college, which was ideal.
That's ideal.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
So
what Screwfix was it?
Freeman's Common, Leicester.
Oh, right. Okay. No, sorry. I thought it was the one. I thought it was the one near me. I was thinking. You look. Do you know what? You look just like a girl that works in my Screwfix as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh. You look like, I don't know why, but you look like a Screwfix girl.
Yeah. What can I say?
Yeah, sorry. So you were doing that part-time?
So I worked there, and then I'd, like, because I used to finish at like 2:30. So I used to go to the pub, do all my college work, and then start college at 5:30.
Okay.
So I was like, so did that. So that was so I did my level 2 and my level 3 part-time in the evenings. And then I did, 17th edition at the time. And then my testing short courses. So I did EAL rather than the Sitting Guilds 2391.
Yeah.
Which I think is the equivalent. So yes, I did all that. And then I took a year off. So I was still working part-time, but me and my husband were like trying to buy our first house and getting married and stuff like that. So I sort of took a step away from the qualifications, and then I managed to get my first position, full-time position as an electrical improver in September of 2018.
Okay.
So that was a company based in Mansfield. So a little bit of a trek.
Yeah.
But it was definitely worth it. Because I learned a lot with them, obviously being full-time and everything. And I was quickly promoted as well within a few months. So within a few months I had my own van, and
wow, that's really good.
Yeah, so which was like gave me a whole lot of confidence, because I'm not the most confident of people. Like I doubt myself quite a lot, which I shouldn't, but I do. So it was nice to have that reassurance, I think.
Yeah, that's so good. So was it all domestic work you were doing with that company?
Mainly, yeah. We did a little bit of conduit on some communal lighting, but yeah, it was mainly domestic.
Yeah. Okay.
So
and then you've recently started for another company, have you?
Yes, I work for a housing association now.
Okay.
So different scope of work. So it's very varied, I guess, because you don't know what you're going to do day in, day out. So you get a list of jobs on your diary, and then you go and see it. Could be exactly what it says. It could be something completely different. Yeah. So we do that. That's part of the job, and then the other part is doing voids. So getting them ready for new tenants to move in. Right. So just making sure that everything's safe. Obviously doing EICR, installing smokes if obviously you need to, upgrading boards if you need to, and everything like that. So that is completely different. You could walk into a void and it only need an EICR. Right. Walk into a void, it's a full rewire. You just don't know. So, but I really enjoyed doing that, because you know that job's your own. Like no one's dictating to you.
Yeah. Do you go on your own, or do you have someone with you, have an apprentice or anything? Or?
No, at the moment we've not got apprentices. I think the long-term plan is they're plan to expand, but and then obviously they want to employ another 50 odd, I think, across electrical and multi-trade over the next 10 years, I think. So there is obviously room for improvement and to have my own apprentice, which would be nice. Yeah. So it's definitely in the pipeline. It's just obviously when that happens.
Yeah. Okay. So can we just go back to college a little bit, because I've not spoken to anybody that's done it in the evenings, I don't think. Or was Kimmy the Sparks? Did she do?
Kimmy the Sparks, I think, might have done actually.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? And she ended up traveling all over to do it, didn't she?
I know, that's it.
So random. She ended up going to all over the country to do it. But how did you find that? Obviously, you said that life was obviously busy. It was a bit chaotic. But how is it? 2 or 3 evenings a week?
It was 2 evenings a week for about 3 hours, I think, if I remember rightly.
Okay.
It was hard mentally because obviously you're just knackered all the time.
Yeah.
It's just mentally draining.
Yeah.
Level 2 wasn't so bad because I kind of knew everything at that point.
Yeah.
Apart from obviously the sciences, but like from a practical point of view, I was familiar with what I needed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely draining. Definitely have my down days with that because trying to work full time and do all your college work, get all your assessments in and stuff like that, that was hard.
Yeah, it is tough. And I think the course that you did is the same as what I did. But I ended up doing it in days. So it was 2 days a week, supposed to be 2 and a half. I used to go 2 days a week. That's what they class as full time. Only because there was nowhere close enough that did it in the evenings. And then I was there for 2 days, and then I was having to fit in working full-time hours. Luckily, I had like flexi hours with my job around those 2 days. So it's busy, it's tiring. And I think the evening course, it's exactly the same course, but it's spread out instead of 2 evenings, spread out over 2 days because there's a lot of younger people on it. And I think I ended up getting all the stuff that I didn't need, like waffly bits and just stuff they do to keep the younger ones entertained and stuff. And I think for me, it would have been better if I could have done the evening, but I just couldn't do it at the time. So
that's it. It's what works for you, isn't it? At the time, I couldn't afford to give up work at that point. I couldn't have the flexi time in that sense. So, but no, it worked out in the long run, but just at the time it was just so difficult, and I was just like going home napping. Like my sister-in-law was like, she was only 16 at the time, and she was like waking me up, she's like, Stephanie, you've got to get into college now. I was like, just asleep on the sofa, but
oh wow, you did
it.
Through it. So your college experience then, were you the only female on your course? You were. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
So there was 4 of us.
4. Oh my god. Wow.
So 2 of them I'm really good friends with still, which is nice.
Are they local? Can we all go out?
Yeah. So one of them, she didn't end up completing.
Okay.
Which is a shame. So she quit halfway through level 3. But the other one, she's working with a sole trader. So she's just going out getting more experience now. So
oh, wicked. That's so cool. No way.
Yeah.
I was the only one on my course.
4 of us. Yeah, and there was, for halfway through level 3, there was 3 of us. 5 of us, sorry.
That's so cool.
Because someone had like joined from, she was doing level 3 plumbing and she was doing it as an additional.
Right.
So she joined us for level 3.
Wow.
So there's actually 5 of us for halfway through level 3, which is nice.
There can't have been that many more blokes because they only, well, I don't know, when I was at college it was really small classes.
That's about 20.
Oh right, okay.
I think in our class. So it was quite a big class actually.
I think there was probably about 20 of us in level 2, but there was only about 12 or 13 level 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming you didn't have any problems at college. Was it because was it older people? Was it mainly?
Yeah, so like literally, I think I was one of the youngest because I was 22, 23 at the time. Yeah. So I was one of the youngest, and then ranged up to like mid-50s.
Wow.
So complete varied.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So when you finished your training,
yeah,
you never went back to work for your father-in-law?
No, so I carried on doing like the weekends when I first started with the electrical company in Mansfield. But then it just got a bit too much, with the travel and everything like that. So, but my plan was to get my NVQ level 3.
Yeah.
Still pending.
Yeah, same here. It's difficult. Once you get working, it depends what you want to do as well, because you sort of get working and then realize that you probably don't actually need it, depending on what you're doing. This is an argument that I've had on Instagram quite recently as well. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You either need it or you don't, and to some people it's just a piece of paper. It's not going to make you any better at your job. So yeah, no. You don't need it for what you want to do.
Well, this is it. Where I work, we have to be individually registered. So at the moment, I'm going through my NAPIT registration anyway.
Okay.
So I don't need my NVQ level 3 for that.
No.
Because we do domestic only. So I've got enough qualifications for that.
Yeah.
My dad's argument and my mum's argument is the fact that I've already paid for it. You've only got to do it once. Just get it done. So I'm like, I don't know. I try and get it done, but then I'm like, it just doesn't happen, does it, at all?
It's the thought of more work, when you're mega busy as well. So thought of trying to find time to fit it in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
One of those things. I'll do it if you. But, yeah, we'll see. So work-wise now, what's your favourite sort of work? Like, what's your favourite sort of jobs? What do you enjoy the most?
I think I'm split because I love customer interaction.
Yeah.
So like I love going to like little old biddies and like having a bit of a chin wag and stuff like that. And so I do love that side. But from a work point of view, I love going into a void. I love it because you just don't know what you're going to come across.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 voids on the go at the moment. One, I've had to rip storage heaters out, put new Intella ads in, change various accessories and whatever. And the other one, I've got a board change pending. I had to rip half the kitchen out because there was no spares. Things were over the drainer and stuff like that, and there was no smoke detectors in the flat either. So you just it's completely different. You just don't know what you're going to walk into. Yeah. So I do like that aspect.
Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of variety, isn't it? And yeah. What about testing? Do you enjoy testing? Like doing EICRs and stuff? Do you?
Yeah. I spent 9 months doing them.
9 months straight?
9 months straight.
Why are you sick
doing
of
the EICRs down in Wales during COVID.
Oh, is that what you were doing in Wales?
That's what I was doing in Wales, yeah. So EICRs day in, day out.
Oh, couldn't do that for 9 months.
Plus paperwork. 4 lots of paperwork a day. Killed me. Brendan. I was supposed to do 4 a day.
Oh my god, that's terrible. How'd you do that?
A lot of the time I didn't. I only managed to get 3 in, but I'd still finished it at 6 o'clock at night.
That's mental.
I know.
Oh god, no, I couldn't do that. I'm trying to get into testing. I've been saying this for months. I'm trying to like it and I'm trying to get into it, but I just don't like it.
No, I love it, providing I've given the time to do it properly.
Yeah.
So
don't feel rushed doing it.
I hate feeling rushed. No, exactly.
That's the worst thing. Yeah.
I love a good fault find too.
Yeah, that's a bit more exciting. You get a real sense of achievement, don't you? I think that's the best bit about the job, when you've got, it's a bit of a challenge and it's like, oh, I've got to work it out, and it's a bit more exciting.
I know. I had one the other day that literally she had about 10 sockets not working.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously got the tester out, tested the ring, nothing on live and earth. And then there was really high on neutral. I was like, there's got to be another break then, surely. And literally it broken inside the insulation.
No way.
So just look at pulling it forward, you wouldn't have seen it.
No way.
Yeah, so absolute nightmare.
Sorted it.
Yeah, I did indeed.
So do you plan to stay with the housing association then? Do you like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I think like.
Sorry.
I was going to say, yeah. I've only been there 4 months, but it's just the kind of scope I want, and there's no hassle being self-employed or anything like that. Because a lot of people have asked, oh, why don't you just go self-employed? You get loads of work, but by the time you've had to put the outlay for your registration at yourself, a new van, and everything like that, then I don't think I want hassle.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I totally get that. What sort of reaction do you get? Because you must meet loads of different people every day. And what sort of reaction do you get from customers and stuff? Is it
normally it's like
positive?
It's like, oh, it's a lady electrician like this, and I'm like, yes, it is. Definitely. Last time I checked, generally it's positive. I've only had
love telling you, don't they? People
literally.
Do they not think before they say it? I bet they get that every day. But they love telling you that you're
I know.
an electrician. It's so funny.
But they're always like, oh, so how did you get into this? And you end up telling the story about 4 times every day, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like, they're just like curious, I think, because they don't. I think especially the older generation, it's not the norm at all. Like obviously with our generation, yes, it is. It's a bit more normal. It's not normal at all, but it's getting more common. But yeah, a lot of people go, oh, you're the first one I've met.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's still not enough of us though.
No, definitely. What do you think we can do to encourage more girls into the trade? Like,
I think we need to start them at an early age, because I think we need to plant the seed. Sort of, I don't know if you did it, but in like year 9, you did like enterprise days.
Yeah, work experience.
Yeah, so like go into schools and do talks and stuff like that. Maybe going to like year 6. Potentially, like at the end of primary school, and just plant the seed there. Yeah, because then they'll think about it then. But
yeah, I totally agree. I think there should be. You touched on it earlier. I think there should be more encouragement in school. Like, we're not through school and like college open days and stuff. It's not encouraged for girls to go into stuff like this, is it, at all? Yeah, when I was at school, I ended up doing training when I was like 28. But when I was at school, I never even considered it as an option. It was like it wasn't an option for me. So I think...
Yeah, I think it's just not the norm, is it?
No. And it should be.
Of course it should.
It's a shame.
But I think it was when Plumbing by Rach was on. Yeah. She was like, I just want to do something practical.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's amazing. I just wish I'd been like her.
Yeah. I wish I'd known younger what I wanted to do, but her story like really made me mad, because I love Plumbing by Rach. Rach, her name is, not Plumbing by Rach. No. I always call her that. I love her and her determination and ambition. She's amazing, absolutely amazing. But her story really made me mad, because she was like, they really tried to put her off doing it because they thought she was too clever. Because she did do really well at school, and she is really, really intelligent. And that's what she wanted to do. But it's like, oh, you could do something better. You know, you're too clever. And it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we need...
really disappointing, really, especially from colleges.
Especially
from a college point of view, like not advocating women in the trades. So...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need to... You're right. Probably like year 6 would be a really good age to start, putting it out there as a possibility for young girls. So then, I think you go through work experience year 9, and I think we did it in year 11 as well. So they're good opportunities to have a go at it. And
well, that's it. Like, you do a little bit in DT, but other than that, you do a little bit of like the little circuit boards, a little bit of soldering on there and stuff like that. But you only do about 6 weeks of it in year 9 or year 8 or whatever it is.
DT was my favorite. DT was my favorite at school. I didn't like when you had to do cooking or sewing. They were the worst. But when you did like woodwork and electrics, that was like the best.
Well, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like DT at all.
Really?
Yeah. See, I wanted to be a dance teacher for years.
Really?
Years and years, yeah.
A bit different.
And then I just stopped loving dancing, so that went out the window.
Yeah.
But,
How much did it help you sort of working with your father-in-law once you started at college? Were you like so pleased that you'd done all of that with him? Because
yeah, I was proper like teacher's pet. I was like, I need the answer.
Yeah. Do you phone him up for advice when you're on jobs and stuff and you get stuck?
Yeah, but now he does the same for me as well. So he'll always ask my opinion now, which is nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so because obviously there's jobs that I'll come across that he might not, and vice versa. So it's really nice to have that relationship.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much for talking to me today. You've been great.
No, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And if anybody's got questions and stuff for you, you're at Life of a Female Sparky.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's so original.
On Instagram. All the good names getting taken over. What about mine? Amy the Sparky. Cringe. I've got to go. I haven't got anything in the oven today, but I am.
No chicken.
No, I haven't even. I'm literally just coming from work. That's why I'm an absolute state. Didn't even have time to put the chicken in. Have got a chicken, but I'm thinking of doing it tomorrow.
That sounds nice.
I've got leftovers. I did a stew in the slow cooker
nice.
on Monday, and I've been eating it every night since. That's what happens when you live on your own. I did one big meal and then eat it all week. Saves me cooking. I'm off.
I do that for lunches.
I'm off for potato waffles because you know Gina from York and Daughter, the daughter. She's in my phone as the daughter. Yeah, she was taking the mick out of me for always eating waffles. So
I love waffles.
6 minutes.
And now, like you said about putting them in the toaster as well. I haven't done it yet, but I'm actually going to do it at some point.
I got so excited yesterday. I was on Facebook and I saw an advert for Iceland, and they're bringing back, you know, those frozen hula hoops. Did you ever have those?
I saw that. No, I never had them, but I did see it.
We used to have them when we were kids with baked beans. So they're like an actual hula hoop, but like obviously potato. But it's like it's like hash brown texture, like chunks, right, with a crispy coating. Oh my god, they're amazing. I'm gonna have to go Iceland at the weekend and get loads.
I think I might have to as well.
Hello, potato hoops.
But you can't do them in the toaster, so what are you gonna do?
No, I do you know what? I like the fact you can do it with a toaster because I don't like washing the tray. Even though I've got a dishwasher now, but I use that you know, that baking paper.
Oh yeah.
If you put that on the tray, you never have to wash it. So
that is true.
I'll just use that and just do my hula hoop. So yeah, look out on Instagram, you'll see I'm eating hula hoop now. I'm gonna go because this content's gone right downhill, I'm afraid. Thanks so much for talking to me, and yeah, drop Stephanie a message if anybody wants you know, information on her training route, evenings at college, working part-time at Screwfix and Macca's. Drop her a message or drop me a message if you've got any questions, and yeah, speak to you soon.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye.
That was Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky. Never miss an episode by subscribing now. Just hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on.